I had this situation come up recently in my friend group, and I wanted to bring it forth here in this video and talk about facing rejection and the impacts of staying within your center and being confident in that deeper sense. You see, when confidence comes into play, when we have desires and we're seeking and we're worried about rejection, the real confidence isn't the confidence that you're not going to get rejection, but rather the confidence in knowing that you're going to be okay regardless. And when you play the game like that, you already won. And this is the position that you want to put yourself in life in general. And this is the impact that it has on pursuing things where you risk rejection, whether it be a relationship or romantic interest in any case. Could be a job, it could be anything that you feel like you're reaching for, that you're worried, that your ego is going to take that hit upon rejection. There's a certain level of confidence that can be derived from knowing that you're capable or you're talented or whatever, you meet the criteria that you think is required for whatever it is you're pursuing, right? So you have confidence that you're not going to get rejection. But the real deeper stuff is when you have the confidence in knowing that your baseline level is already where it needs to be, where you want it to be, such that whether these things come in or out of your life, you're still chilling. And that's the important stuff. And you'll see this in a lot of different things in life. When it comes to relationships, when people say that they're taking time to work on themselves, I did a lot of that in the last couple years and then some. It's a big focus on this channel and for myself. But you really, when you start getting those later levels of confidence, is when you start kind of spending time with yourself, enjoying your own company, enjoying that baseline that you have cultivated with yourself. And I've been focusing a lot on raising that baseline. I talk about that a lot because when you try to overreach and go for these experiences that could, really make you happy, it's temporary and you'll end up coming back to your baseline. And if you put so much pressure on wanting the thing to where it's creating this paradigm of, I'll be really, really happy if I get it, and I'll be really, really mad or sad or whatever negative emotion if you get rejected, you're putting yourself in this game where there's a lot to gain and a lot to lose. And it's not actually that you're getting a neutral result by not playing the game, but rather you're getting this deeper level of knowing, of contentment, of peace or satisfaction that's derived from that confidence of knowing that, hey, look, I'm going to make a pass at that girl, I'm going to hit on them, and if they reject me, it is what it is. That's okay. I'm comfortable with going back to that place. And this is the mechanism that desire feeds off of. When you desire something too much, where it's creating this paradigm of, I'm going to be really happy if I get it, I'm going to be really disappointed if I get rejected, you're also creating another divide implicitly in between where you're at and what you want. And I'm going to be diving into that a lot in this channel because it's a very, very fine-tuned sort of game. That you can still want things and desire things, but if it starts becoming to the point where it's consuming and that you are no longer desiring what you have, then it gets complicated. And that's the level that you want to solve the problem at, is at that root of deriving confidence in where you're at and not just confidence because of what you have. Now, focusing on that brings you to a place where you can almost reach even further. It's really like that, because if you're worried so much about the rejection itself, you're also going to limit how far you're willing to reach, to pursue, to shoot for, because you've made this dichotomy in your head. The more you reach for, the more you're going to be putting this implicit pressure structure onto yourself, to where the rejection becomes so high that you're like, oh, I'm not even gonna shoot for that. That's too scary. Whereas if you're like, hey, I'm chilling, I'm good, I like where I'm at right now, let's dream. You start operating from a place of like dreaming about where you could go instead of creating pressure around like, oh man, I really need that. I really need that next promo. I really need that girl's number, or I really need whatever, right? And you say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm all good. I'm confident. I'm centered. Let's dream about where I could possibly end up. And you can visualize and reach further, because at the end of the day, you are operating from that center of knowing that any step along that journey, you're going to be feeling good. You're not longing for it in a way of, until I get there, I'm not going to be satisfied. And that's the real key. That's the real key. I really hope that this will resonate with someone who's on that journey and scared of rejection. You have to like mentally reject yourself in a way, or really rather mentally accept yourself first, so that whether or not you get rejected in your outside world and your outside pursuits, you know that with yourself, you're at one. And that's what's going to allow you to reach even further. And that's what's up. That's everything I wanted to cover here. Just some thoughts that are going on. And it's been operating from that place has really had a huge impact on my life. So I hope it has an impact on yours.